Hello, Happy New Year. I'm Kim. This is Kim's Wellness Space, and you are super welcome. Whether you are listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast platform or you're watching me on YouTube, I don't mind. I'm just so pleased that you're here and that you've come to see what I'm going to talk about today. So this is quite an interesting one. We we're now in the new year, and before we got to the new year, we heard this phrase a lot, Twixmas. I'm not sure if it was really a thing before this year or before last year. Maybe it was, and it just wasn't on my radar. But it seemed to me that there was a lot of it on Instagram, particularly of what are you going to do in Twixmas? What are you going to do in Twixmas? And there's always two camps, isn't there? There's always the camp of I'm going to do absolutely nothing. I'm going to enjoy my rest. I don't have to work. I don't have to do anything till the new year. And then there's the other camp that are like, don't waste this week. You've got to achieve, blah, 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 blah. And then we slide into the new year, and there are still many people in the camp of, I want to use the power of the new year, of a Monday, to motivate myself to start a diet or a new, like maybe I'm going to start running or I want to go to the gym. Like there are still people that use that energy. There's nothing wrong with that. No shame or judgment from me at all. But there's also a really big movement of people now that are like, new year, new me is outdated. We don't want it. Like there's nothing wrong with you. You don't need to be a new you, which I also absolutely agree with because I like to hibernate in January and February. Like for me, spring, that is my new year. When we get to the end of March, beginning of April, and all the flowers are starting to wake up and nature is saying, you can come out of hibernation now. That's when I like to come out of hibernation. But what do you do if you're hibernating? Like, what is the right thing to do? Like, you've got all these people telling you you've got to use the power of the new year to be amazing. And then you've got all these other people telling you, no, 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 you can hibernate. It's completely unnatural to do anything at the moment. You should be resting and restoring. But what if you kind of like got one foot in both camps? What if you're like, well, I do like to hibernate and I don't want to go into full swing. And I am of an age now where I don't set New Year's resolutions because I know that that's just setting me up to fail. And there's something deeper that I can do. And it's not that. But I want to do, you kind of want to do something, but you don't want, there's too much noise. There's too much noise. There's too many people, isn't there, telling us, do this because this is the right way. Don't do that. That's wrong. What I'm saying to you is do it your own way. Literally, do it your own way. Who cares what everybody else is saying? I don't care what anyone else is doing. My health, my wellness is mine. And this is how I deal with it. And I'm not telling you this so that you listen to this podcast and then go, oh, Kim says. I am not saying. I am going to share with you how I approach it. And then it's up to you what you do. And I don't mind. I am not going to wrap you over the knuckles if you're telling me for the next 3 months you're doing nothing. Good for you. I have no problem with that. So for me, I'm like caught in between this because for me personally, the core of me is this is my hibernation time. This is my go slow, plan for the year, really nurture myself. I'm not making grand big gestures. Like I'm not a grand big gesture person anyway, but I'm not doing that now. Like for me, it's not the right time to do that. It just doesn't sit right with me. It never sat right with me. And so when I discovered that actually all the background behind it and why New Year isn't really New Year, like it just made perfect sense to me. And that's probably a whole other podcast. And there's probably people that are much more knowledgeable than me that could explain it much better. But yeah, when I found out that, I was like, oh, okay, so I don't actually have to like burst out into the world until spring. Perfect. Like I am a summer girl. Spring is nice. Summer is my favorite. Winter, no, not so much. Not so much. But I'm going to like digress just a little bit here because I want to say, even though I am not really a winter person, I absolutely can find the magic in winter. Like I love lighting candles, putting on like either a fire or like the fake ones that look like you've got flames even when you haven't, snuggling under a blanket, hot chocolate, nice movie on the telly or a really good book to read. Like, I am all for that. I love that element. I love the fact that it might be pouring down with rain and I literally cannot leave the house, and it's lovely. I don't mind not leaving the house. I am not one of these people that has to be like, I've got to get out every day. I do like to walk and move every day, but we'll come on to that in a minute. So even though I'm not a winter person naturally, there are still elements of it that I love and there are elements of it that I enjoy. So the whole, you know, knowing that I can hibernate, that fits perfectly with me. You know, nice hot showers, snuggling into bed early. Like, yes, all of that. But I work in the wellness industry. And so I am selling not diets because it's not a diet, but you know, I'm an accountability coach. If you want to lose weight, I will keep you accountable. If you want to start a new sport, I will keep you accountable. And I'm good at it, and my clients get amazing results. So I've got one foot where I'm like hibernating Kim, that's me personally. Then I've got another foot where I'm fully exposed to the wellness movement. And there is a power in January, there is a power of Mondays that people get that boost from. And if that's what works for them, amazing. And I am 100% behind anybody that wants to use that power. I will keep you accountable to your goals if that's what you want to achieve. And I've got some amazing clients this year that have signed up in January. You know, I'm part of the 40 Fit coaching team, which is Nikki Gundy and Leanne's challenge that they do every January. And let me tell you, there are loads of women in that. So there are people that want to do it. And if you are naturally wanting to do it, amazing. And I will keep you accountable. But we're talking about this like one foot in it, you know, well, I don't want to burst forward until spring. But equally, I'm not going to spend 3 months just kind of wallowing, eating all the junk food, doing all the things that make me feel rubbish. Because I don't want to feel rubbish. I know if I eat rubbish food, I feel rubbish. I know if I don't drink water, I don't sleep very well, I feel rubbish. I know if I don't sleep very well, I feel rubbish. I know if I don't move my body, I feel rubbish. How do I know this? Because I've been practicing it for a long time and I can see my patterns. So even though I'm not springing into the new year, because I'm going to do that in the spring, I am still actively taking actions for my health and wellness. And they're not massive. Like, you're not going to see me all over Instagram running or climbing a mountain, or I don't know, I can't even think of anything else because I just don't want to be doing that at the moment. But you will see me eating really nutritious food. I mean, I am trying my best to eat seasonally at the moment and not buy things that have traveled halfway around the world to get to me. And I love making soups. I love making stews. I love cooking. So this time of year where I'm hibernating, cooking is great for me because it produces food that I know that is really nutritious and it's really good for me. And if I'm eating seasonally, it's got all of the vitamins and the minerals that my body needs in winter. And that's super, super important. Like all those clementines and oranges and things. I know that we don't get clementines and oranges and satsumas here in the UK, but at this time of year, they are full of all the nutrients and vitamins that we do need. So yeah, I'm eating them. All the potatoes, all the root vegetables, amazing. So good for soups. You will see me drinking water. Now, my water, I was talking to my son about this yesterday. My water consumption has gone down drastically. Like when we were in Cyprus, 3 liters a day, didn't even think about it, even in winter, because it's warm. And I have struggled with the changeover to living somewhere that isn't warm, and it isn't so easy. But I still stand by the thing that if you have a water bottle next to you of water, if you have a straw in your glass, you are going to drink more. I actually have reminders in my phone for myself and my clients just to remind me, how much water have you drunk today, Kim? Have you drunk any water today? What is the water like? So that I can check in with myself. And, you know, some days I will get to lunchtime and I'll be like, oh, I haven't had any water and it's terrible. And my body knows and I know. So I'm determined to do something about that, even though I am hibernating. So I always have water by my bed. That water is the first thing that I do in the morning. I always drink water. You will see me going to bed early because I do need my sleep, and I am sleeping soundly at the moment. Um, and yeah, I like to get up early, and it's not so easy to see the sunrise here because it is cloudy or it is cold or blah blah blah. There's a loads and loads of different reasons, isn't there? But if you've been watching me on Instagram, you'll have seen that I did get up on New Year's Day. We did get up early and we went to the beach and we did watch the sunrise. And it was absolutely freezing. But you know what? It was lovely. And I really enjoyed it and it filled me with joy. And they're the things that I will keep doing. So you will see me out and about walking every single day. Unless it's really raining, you won't see me walking outside then if it's raining. I will definitely be on my walking pad. But like today, I was going to say we had snow. The country had snow. We had like a dusting, but it was really cold. And it did take me till, I think it was nearly 2 o'clock to get myself out the door. But I went out. The sun was up. It was beautiful. The sky was blue. Everything was crisp. The air was crisp. And yeah, it was cold, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I did half an hour and it was brilliant. So yeah, you will see me doing those things. Am I doing them because I am going to lose 2 stone in a month? No. Am I doing them because they make my body work well and it's good for me because I'm menopausal and the age that I am? It's good. All of those things, the sleep, the water, the nutritious food, the steps, the moving every day, all of those things, they are my foundations that I lean into at this time of year. And yeah, I will keep doing them. And I'll keep doing them in the spring, but they might get bigger in the spring, or I might do more because the days are longer. But I'm still going to do the best that I can. I'm working out 4 times a week. So 4 times a week, I am lifting weights. I am walking every single day, and I want to do some yoga because I missed my yoga last year. I realized all of a sudden that I wasn't quite as flexible as I had been. And it's because something had to go, and that was the thing. But I'm reintroducing it. I still want to keep my Sundays as my rest days. And I sometimes go on a dog walk, but there's no pressure in how far I'm walking, or that I don't care about my step goal on a Sunday. Like on Sundays, it's purely rest. And if that means that I don't get up till 10 o'clock and I go to bed at 8 and I'm not very active in the day, that's okay. And I'm okay with that. And this is the thing. Like I have practiced for a long time to work out what works for me. And so even though there's all of this noise on social media saying it's New Year, do this, or it's not really New Year, so don't do anything, you've got to hibernate. And even though I'm part of the wellness machine because I'm an accountability coach, I can still step back from all of that and be like, actually, what is right for Kim? What do I need? What works for me? And I really improved with my health and fitness last year. Like I was really pleased with how I did. I did lose some weight. I didn't lose loads, but I lost some. But I'm okay with that. Like I think I said on my last podcast episode, I am super happy with my body. It is strong. It works. Like I don't have loads of aches and pains. Like I have got a bit of DOMS today because I worked out this morning. But you know, that's fine. That means that my body is working as it's supposed to work. And I want to keep that going. I want to see how good it can get. And if I lose a little bit more weight along the way, amazing. But I'm not focused on weight loss at the moment. What I'm focused on is just my health and wellness. And for me, that's different. That isn't about losing weight and like being the strongest in the gym. Like I don't go to the gym. I don't like gyms. It just don't do it for me. I like the fact that I can do my workouts at home. I've got a range of weights. I've got dumbbells. I've got bands. If you've followed me on Instagram, you'll know I'm always tagging Lucy from Living Lean online. She is amazing PT and it just works for me. And you can make a difference at home. You don't have to go to the gym if you don't want to. But again, that's my personal preference from practice over the years. So I think it's difficult, isn't it? It is difficult. You have to know you, and you have to know what you like. And if you haven't done it before, you don't know. So you have to try. So I'm not saying don't try, but what I'm saying is don't force yourself. So you the only exercise that you will do consistently is an exercise that you love. The only food that you will eat consistently that's nutritious, that will keep you in a calorie deficit, is food that you love. If I wrote you a meal plan of what I eat, you wouldn't like it. Well, first of all, I'm plant based completely, and I don't, you might not be, you might like fish and chicken. So it's not going to suit you, is it? But also, you're not me. You don't have the same call on your life as I do. Maybe you're much more active or physical than I am. Like, there's so many things. You have to work it out for yourself. And that's one of the reasons why, as an accountability coach, I will never give you a workout or a meal plan, because you don't need that. You already know how to eat. What you need is to build consistency. And to be able to build consistency, you need accountability. And that's what I do. And it's exciting. It's really exciting. I am so excited for the clients that I've got this year. Like, they are super women that know exactly what they want. They know how they're going to get there. And cheering them on is amazing. I literally have the best job ever. So, what is the answer? What do you do at this time of year? Well, there isn't a clear, concise answer. I can't give you an answer. I would say just try stuff, see what works. I mean, absolutely get good sleep, absolutely drink some water, and eat some nutritious food, and try and move your body in a way that you love as many times as you can. Like, and don't let anybody put you off with walking. Like, people say, oh, if you can't do anything else, walk is amazing. Walking is so good for you, and it's free, and you can do it anywhere. Like, just do the walking, and don't put the pressure on. Like, if you are in hibernation mode, but you're listening to this and you're thinking, well, actually, I don't want to go, full hell to leather, but it would be quite nice to do a little bit of something. If you're going to make walking your thing, you don't even have to walk every day. I mean, yeah, walking every day is amazing. But if you're coming from a place of, at the moment, I'm not doing anything, and I'm only walking 500 steps a day. And let me tell you, there are people out there. So don't be listening to that thinking, oh, no one does that these days. I know loads of people that do that. That is definitely a thing. So if you're that person, maybe just go for a 10-minute walk every day. Or if you're someone that already does 20 minutes, maybe do half an hour. Or maybe just take the pressure off the number and the time, and just walk until you've had enough, and then go home. It really doesn't matter. When you're building these things, you want to start small and you want to build them up. So it may be that your smallest action will be, I will put my shoes on and I will walk to the park, to the, like I'll walk to my garden gate, or the bottom of the garden, or the bottom of the drive, or whatever you have. That could be your minimum. So that means you're still winning. You might not go out and have an hour's walk, but you've put your shoes on, you've gone to the bottom of the garden, and you've come back. So you're outside, you've done a bit of fresh air. And it may be that when you get outside and you get to the bottom of your gate, you're like, oh, I wonder what's going on down there. I might walk to the end of the road and back. And it will increase without pressure. And I think, if I can leave you with anything, that is the thing for this time of year. If you are not a New Year person, if you're not setting intentions because you don't want to, and you're in hibernation, but you do want to do something, take the pressure off it. Do it for fun. Do it because you love it. Do it because it makes you smile. It puts a spring in your step. Do it for all those reasons. And then when we get to the spring, and you want to burst out and you want to do things a bit more seriously, and maybe you want to really focus down on something, you'll have been gently doing these things for 3 months. It won't feel like you're starting from the bottom, because you're not. You're just going to increase it slightly. So it's quite a nice way to do it, actually. So yeah, just take the pressure off, just gently. And actually, if you just have a whole year of just taking the pressure off, just being gentle, not tracking anything, not counting anything, but just making sure that you get decent sleep, decent amount of water, nutritious food, keeping that processed food to a minimal, and doing some sort of movement every day, your body will love you for it anyway. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's absolutely what it's all about. So I hope that's made sense. I hope it's been helpful. Like, let me know, like, leave me a comment, share this with your friends, like it, review it, all of the good stuff so that we can spread it out further in the world so that we can take the pressure off each other so that we don't feel like we have to be rushing about like mad things when really we want to hibernate. And then we can hibernate without any guilt. Absolutely no guilt. There is nothing wrong with sitting down in the afternoon and watching a film with your feet up and a cup of tea if that's what you want to do. So enjoy the rest, enjoy the restoring, enjoy the hibernation, and I will speak to you next week.